Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 21 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. We are finishing off the Christmas month of December by taking on Burnley at home in the Premier League before we move into the month of January, when, of course, the January transfer window opens. We then take on Arsenal in the FA Cup at home, and then we take on Manchester United back at home once again in the Carabao Cup. Now, I do believe we are in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup because we play Manchester United on the 6th of January, and then 3 weeks later, we play them for the second leg on the 27th of January. So I do believe that is going to be the semi-finals, but a couple of difficult games up ahead. We touched up on at the end of the last episode saying we would simulate the game against Burnley, leaving the game against Arsenal in the FA Cup and the first leg against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup as the two games we play. I am going to stick with that. And before we sort of dive into today's episode, we're quickly going to touch up on the last episode, because the last episode wasn't a great one. It was episode 11, and I named the title of the video was FIFA is broken. And it is broken. Or at least I can say hopefully it was broken. Before I have recorded this, which first of all I might need to let you guys know, if you can hear the sound of a similar gunshot, it is actually bonfire night. And because of where I live, there is a massive bit of space at the back of the house. So the fireworks are echoing through that space and they are so loud. So I'm sat in the office, all the fireworks are going off out there. And you guys are probably going to hear them, the bangs, the pops, the screeches of the rockets. It's bonfire night. I need to record a video for you guys. I can't do anything about the sound. So if you do hear any bangs, popple, fizzles, whatever it may be, they're just fireworks. You can probably hear them slightly now as I'm talking. But in the last episode, we had a massive problem. We got absolutely battered. We really struggled in the last episode. We lost 2-1 to Spurs in the simulated game. We then lost 2-1 to Manchester United in the first game we played. And then we drew to Spurs again, 0-0, when we played that game at home in the Premier League. Now, the issue we had is I felt like career mode was broken. And when we played the games, we noticed that Bobby Firmino didn't have a game face. Thiago got man of the match. He didn't have a game face. And then I found out it is due to the fact, and you'll be able to see it here, that the players have now had, now don't look at the player on the right, on the left where their name is, they have all had their updated faces put into the game. So Alisson's got his up-to-date face, Gazaniga has, Keller, they've all got their up-to-date face. So obviously EA have been into Liverpool, took new photos, took new screenshots of the players and updated their player faces. Not their in-game faces, their actual real faces. That seems to have screwed something up, because now when you get a player that gets man of the match, he's a grey default character. He doesn't have his actual face like we used to see him. Supposedly, they're working on that. But the update they did last time round, so before I recorded episode 11, was for Ultimate Team and something for Seasons. It screwed career mode. Your manager wasn't the manager you created. We lost game faces. And also the fact that legendary, supposedly only legendary, difficulty went through the roof. The CPU stats were through the roof, and it was harder than ultimate difficulty. And I can put my hand on heart and say, I felt that. It was solid. We lost 2-1. We lost 2-1. We drew 0-0. I probably done very well to get a draw out of that game against Spurs, considering we did save a penalty as well. But since then, I left it a couple of days. Now, I was originally going to record episode 11 and straight after it, grab a drink and then record episode 12. And I thought, I'm not doing it. I'm not recording episode 12 when the game is broken. Yesterday, so the 4th of November, a new update came out again, which is meant to have fixed career mode. So I thought, you know what? Tonight, I'll record episode 12 and I'll also record episode 13, which is why, guys, unfortunately, only because episode 11 only just went out last night and I want to leave it a little bit, but there's not going to be a comment conference in today's video. We're just going to focus on bouncing back and hopefully getting things back on track in our Premier League journey. In fact, our Liverpool career mode journey, because unfortunately, we have now dropped down to 3rd position, 3 points behind joint Manchester City and Manchester United, who are fighting it out at the top. And I'm hoping we can turn that round in today's episode. The only chance of us turning it round is with this first game against Burnley to finish off the month of December. The other 2 games are in cup competitions, but we just need to get the win over Burnley. Having said that, we are simulating this game against Burnley up first, so it's not actually in the control of me, but you can now see the lineup we're putting out. We've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gini Wijnaldum linking up with Thiago in the central midfield roles. A little deeper, we've got the Brazilian man Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. You can see the likes of Mane, Gini, Thiago, Salah, Trent not fully fit coming into this game. Gomez is my biggest worry though. You can see he's only about 80% fitness, so definitely going to have to bring him off in the second half for Kabak, regardless of us winning, drawing or losing. But let's get into this game against Burnley. It's our first game back. We had an update. It screwed FIFA. We've had another update. Are things fixed? This is the question, and I think we will know from watching this game that we're playing against Burnley, the simulated sort of 2D visual that we get, and I'll know from the feeling, because as soon as I play that first game against Arsenal, I will know whether it feels right or not, as Bobby Firmino is the man to get us kicked off in this first half period. Trent's an option, nicely done. Here's Trent, he moves forward into Salah. Salah loses the ball. Trent's going to do well to win it back into Bobby Firmino. It's a great save from Nick Pope. Corner taken quickly here from Mo Salah. Ball in. It's a great strike. And we're going to be there with Fabinho. Thiago on the edge of the box. Hit it. The keeper spilled it. And Fabinho was there to tuck that one. And we have taken the lead in the 19th minute. And that already feels so much better. We need to keep this up and look for a second. And it's going to be cleared up at the back here from Burnley. We're going to win it back. Here's Mane who tries to hit it into Mane now. Mane back to Gini. Robertson. Gini, go into Fabinho there. We're going to get through to Bobby Firmino, through to Mo Salah to make it 2-0 in the 32nd minute. This is better, and you can see there that's Mo Salah's updated picture. As we score, it'll pop up saying goal, and that is their updated pictures of their latest haircuts. And you can tell that because Mo Salah's hair, when FIFA 21 first come out, was nothing like he's got a cut in real life at the moment. That is exactly how it's cut in real life. Here's Firmino. Thiago's still here. Into Fabinho. Fabinho tries to play to Mane. He's going to lose the ball. And as Burnley do play it out towards the halfway line, the referee is going to blow that half-time whistle. A much, much better feeling to the game so far. 65% possession, 11 shots, 6 chances, 2 in the back of the net. Burnley having 35%, no shots, no chances. That feels better. Now, okay, it's Burnley. I'm not saying they're as good as Spurs or as good as United like in the last episode. But I'm telling you guys, the last episode, something felt broken. And although, yes, we may have won this game against Burnley, even if a new update hadn't come out, I'll 100% know when we play that first game against Arsenal. I'll be able to know from the feel, how we pass. I have players jumping in the way of passes to mess it up, jumping in the way of our own shots to stop us shooting on target. It felt broke. And Hugo Lloris, the man saved everything. Off his toe, off his elbow, off his fingertip, everything was kept out the back of that net in that second game against Spurs, and I just felt like something was wrong. So far, I'm 90% sure things are fixed for career mode, but we'll have to wait and see as we jump into the second half. In fact, before we jump into the second half, let me make that change to Gomez, and we'll certainly know, as I was saying, for Kabak, there we go. We will certainly know if things are fixed when we come up against Arsenal, as Burnley are the team to get us kicked off in this second half period. In the hands of Pope, who just, for some reason, does a terrible kick and ends up in the feet now of Bobby Firmino, who's going to slot home. And there's Bobby Firmino's updated picture. It's 3-0 in the 88th minute. This game is put to bed. I hope we can just see this out now. I'm going to change to defensive. Want to keep a clean sheet. It'll be a great start to get back in to the next episode after that horrible episode of episode 11. We are going to get the win over Burnley. We beat them 3-0. A very, very comfortable win there. Fabinho scores in the 19th minute. Mo Salah makes it 2 in the 32nd. We get in a half-time, 2-0 up. And then thanks to Bobby Firmino late on in the 89th minute, we managed to go on and beat Burnley 3-0. 56% possession, 16 shots, 9 chances, 3 in the back of the net. Very, very happy of how we played there. Now, bear in mind, we simulated that first game against Spurs. We didn't look great. We didn't control the ball well. We kept giving it away. That game right there felt a lot better, a lot smoother. But I understand that you guys are probably thinking, Brad, Spurs are a different team to Burnley. You're 100% correct. So let's focus on this next game against Arsenal. Arsenal up there with Spurs, with Manchester United. We're playing Manchester United again in today's episode. We got beat by them 2-1. We'll certainly know if it feels different, and we'll know that from the way we play, the highlights, and hopefully the overall and outstanding scoreline that we do manage to beat them. But a 3-0 victory over Burnley. What a great start to bounce back in today's episode. Right, guys, and up next, we're taking on the Gunners, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, in the round 3 of the FA Cup at home. Not an easy opponent for our first game in the FA Cup. Arsenal are a great team, and for us to be playing them for our first round in round 3, it's a little bit crazy, and it's certainly not going to be an easy game. But what makes it even more difficult is I completely forgot that when we move into the month of January, any players that we have sold previously throughout the time of us being outside the transfer window would depart. I completely forgot. So as we go over to the office now, you'll see we've had a couple of departures. Xherdan Shaqiri has now left to go to Juventus. Marko Grujic has now left to go to Real Sociedad. Keller has left to go to Coventry City. And we've had an agreement done here for Ryan Brewster to Werder Bremen for 6.1 million. Now, of course, I didn't want to sell Ryan Brewster, but with Liverpool selling him in real life to Sheffield United, we needed to sell him. Now, a team did come in. I can't remember who it was, maybe Spurs from the Premier League. I didn't want to sell him to another top 6 team. If the likes of Sheff or Wolves or someone would have come in, I would have sold him. But the next best thing was an offer from Werder Bremen, which was a little bit lower. I think it was 5.2. We pushed a little bit more. We've managed to get an agreement here of 6.1 million. So we will now go ahead, accept the offer from Werder Bremen of 6.1. He's only valued at 4.1. So we're making a £2 million profit on the young striker in Ryan Brewster. We have now sold him. But what makes it very interesting is you think we've moved on Xherdan Shaqiri, who plays right wing. Okay, we've got Mo Salah there. From backup, we've got Ismail Sarr. And backup again, we've got Harvey Elliott. We're bulked out at that right wing position. We then look at Keller at goalkeeper. We've got Karius. We've got Alisson. We've got Gazaniga. We've got plenty of options there. We're bulked out in the goalkeeper position. The position we're not so bulked out in is the man that we've just sold to Real Sociedad, Marko Grujic, who we have recently been playing behind Fabinho in that central defensive midfield role. You guys may remember from the last transfer window, there was a certain someone that we tried to approach from Borussia Mönchengladbach to bring him into the team, but unfortunately, we couldn't get the deal over the line because Borussia Mönchengladbach were asking for far too much money. Now, after being in competitions and getting prize money, and obviously, of course, moving on 3 players there, we now have a whopper 210 million. Now, hold on. 100 million of that was a financial takeover. We done the financial takeover, if you guys remember, at the start of the season, in case Liverpool were to buy any more players in real life. So we didn't have to spend our transfer budget. We could spend this extra 100 million on bringing real life players in that Liverpool signed. Liverpool didn't sign any more players after Diego Jota. So we just leave the 100 million there. When we get to the end of the season, the money will disappear and we'll be given new funds for season 2. But what that means is we have 110 million to spend and 165,000 a week in the wage budget to spend in January. Which means, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will be about to approach Borussia Mönchengladbach once again to try and bring the Swiss CDM 84 overall in Dennis Zakaria to Liverpool. Let's see. Now, we don't want to just jump on his release clause. 75.4 million is a lot. We want to negotiate with the club. And last time we were looking around the ballpark of 50 million and they were looking at around 58. Sorry, what's happened to my manager? What is going on? Why is my manager in a kit? And it's like he's making a deal with himself. He's looking in the mirror. Unbelievable. Let's make a transfer offer. Oh. Actually, is there anyone we could offer? Goalkeepers? Could offer Ben Woodburn. Let's chuck Ben Woodburn in there and then offer as well. How about 55 million which takes it to 57.3 million. We're also doing a sell-on clause of 10%. That is not a bad offer here, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Don't be hardballers again. Woodburn, 55 million and a 10% sell-on clause, of course. We won't be looking to sell him on. This is so weird. What has gone on with my manager? They said the manager was fixed. They want Genie. You're not having Genie. There's no way. No way, Jose. Right. Remove exchange player. Propose new transfer offer. Right. Straight up. 58 million. I can't do a sell-on fee. 58 million. Straight up. What are we saying? Yes! Finally! I mean, last time I offered 55. They've hardballed me for £3 million. But for 58 million. Dennis Zakaria, which bear in mind, that 58 million, once we sell Brewster, will pretty much be a freebie. Thanks to us selling Shaqiri, Grujic, Keller and Brewster. We'll pretty much be getting this player for free. Let's negotiate. And I'll tell you what, if we get him over the door here and he's fit enough, and he's not lacking too much in sharpness, he could start ahead of Fabinho or potentially even come on as a sub here. This could be good. He wants an important role. What I'll do is I'll counter and say rotation, because it's not going to be important. But if he's going to stick it out, he wants important. Okay, we can deal with important. Okay, he can play in all the FA Cup games. He can play in all the Carabao Cup games. That's not a problem at all. Okay, important player. We'd like you for 4 years. Can we get you for 4 years? He's happy with 4 years, so he clearly wants to come to Liverpool, which I did tell the media. He said he wanted to come. He doesn't want a release clause. We're happy with that. Happy days. And we've got no sell-on fee for him now. There's no 10%, no 15%. If we sell him on, it's all our money. Of course, we've got to make the offer. Right. Let's not mess around here, right? 75k a week and a signing on of 400. How about that? He's going to want a little bit more. Okay, got that a bit wrong then, didn't we? Okay, but it's somewhere to break off from. We're going to remove the bonus. We're going to say 850 and 90. What about that? He wants a £1 million signing on bonus. That is crazy. But then again, he is 24 and he is an overall 84. He's a little bit of a beast. Are they going to accept it? So I can't remember what we've done sign on bonus, but I think that's come down quite a lot. I think he wanted 860. We brought it to 850. They've now dropped it to 700, but he still wants his 96k a week. Well, you know what? My bold manager there. We'll accept that, Dennis Zakaria. And although we couldn't do it in the summer transfer window, we've managed it in the January transfer window. So to Zakaria's agent and Dennis Zakaria, welcome to Liverpool. You are now part of the journey and an incredible team. The question now is he fit enough? Has he got the sharpness? Has he got the match fitness? Sharpness is 50%. He's 100% fit. So I'll tell you what, he may not start, but we'll certainly bring him in. Bring him in for Gazaniga, switch him to Kabak, and we are raring to go as we look to get into this game against Arsenal in the round 3 of the FA Cup. Now, that was a great signing. I'm not going to write off that there's not going to be another signing in January. We don't know. It's football. Anything can happen. We may get a great offer in for a player. If there's a position where you guys think we need to bulk out a little bit, obviously goalkeeper, we discussed that. We're pretty bulked out. Left back, right back, we've got our main two, Robertson and Trent, and then backups in Williams and Timikas. Van Dijk, Matip, Kabak. Do we maybe bring a new centre-back in? In real life, Liverpool or Klopp has been given the green light to sign a new centre-back. The two centre-backs that he is rumoured to be buying is Napoli's big man Koulibaly and the other man from RB Leipzig. And I'm hopefully not going to kill his name. And we did sign him in the Ajax Road to Glory on FIFA 19. He was a great player. And that was Umakano, if that's how you pronounce it. Upakano? I think it's Umakamo. I think it's a silent P. Umakamo. Do we potentially look at bringing him in? Two options there in a centre-back. Do we bring a new centre-back in? CDM, we've just bulked out. Midfield, we're pretty packed out. Front three, I mean, we've got Mane, Bobby, Salah, and then look at the next front three. Jota, Minamino, Sarr. You got Daka in there. Harvey Elliott. Oof, we've got an incredible team. But up next, we take on the Gunners Arsenal. You can now see the lineup. We've gone with Diego Jota out on the left wing. Minamino at striker, Ismaili Sarr out on the right wing, Naby Keita linking up with James Milner in the central midfield roles. In the deeper role in the CDM, we've got Fabinho, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip and Williams at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Yes, in the FA Cup I tell you guys that I want to play a rotated team, I want to play some of the kids, but because it's such a difficult opponent in Arsenal, the back line have still kept the likes of Van Dijk and Matip there, Alisson between the sticks, Fabinho. I still want to keep us sort of defensively solid, but going forwards, I'm going to exploit some of the youngsters, exploit some of the reserves, and of course, we've got Lewis Morton on the bench, who is our scouser in our team. I'm looking forward to bringing him on in the second half in the midfield, and hopefully he can do some damage to the Gunners. Come on, Redmen. We're finally back in control. We struggled against United. We struggled against Spurs when we actually played the game. Okay, we are playing a very rotated team here, but I still think we should do over Arsenal. We had Aubameyang and Harvey Barnes, who weren't fully fit. We should be able to control them at the back. We've still got Matip and Van Dijk. We've got Alisson between the sticks. I honestly think we should do over Arsenal here, as it is Taki Minamino to get us kicked off in this first half period. Come on, Red Men. Here's Robertson, who's going to play it out now to Naby Keita. And we're going to move here, lads. We're going to move. Let's go to Minamino. Beautiful. Play it back. Naby Keita. Back to James Milner. Up to Minamino. Minamino into Naby. Back to Minamino. It's beautiful. Minamino through on goal. Naby Keita's there. Right place, right time. He's going to walk it into the back of the net. Doesn't need to shoot. Just walks it in over the line. Well done, Naby Keita. Beautiful football between Naby and Taki Minamino. The ball falls to him. I didn't even get an opportunity to shoot. I was already running that goal with Naby Keita. He takes a touch. It's a heavy touch. And I can just run the ball into the back of the net as Naby Keita does give us the lead in the 26th minute. Controlling this game nicely at the moment, you know. And Aubameyang is going to be over this one. He's potentially going to go for goalie. Let's get Fabinho on the line just in case. Aubameyang goes for goal. Fabinho's going to head that out. Nicely done, Fab. And we're going to chase this down now with Taki Minamino, who is going to keep it alive. Here's Taki. Milner over the far side. We're going to lose it out to Elneny. It wasn't a great pass there at all. It's going to come through now to Aubameyang, who's going to slot home for 1-1 round at half time. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang levels are right on half time now. That is annoying. That is annoying. It was a terrible pass from Milner. It was a mistake at the back from us. And we've managed to, unfortunately, give Arsenal an open goal here to go through and slot it past Alisson. 1-on-1 with a keeper. I would always say Aubameyang is probably 90% of the time going to slot that one home. And unfortunately, yeah, they're mentioning there Diego Jota, who hasn't done too much at all in that first half. Realistically, the best thing to take out of that first half is we controlled the game nicely. We defended well. We played well in the midfield. Unfortunately, a sloppy pass from James Milner, give them the ball back. They went and capitalised on it and put it in the back of the net. I am going to jump back in to this second half with exactly the same team with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang kicking us off in the second half period. Let's get it on the way. Lads, we're just going to have to play exactly like we did, but we're going to have to dig deep and find an early goal. Don't let them get a second goal. We're through there to Taki Minamino. Minamino going to drop the shoulder. Minamino's in behind. Minamino, let's fire. It's a great save from Bird Leno. Let's chase that down, Keita, and it has gone out for a Liverpool corner. It's a great save there. We are going to look for Virgil van Dijk here. Ball coming in. Virgil van Dijk going to get there, but unfortunately Leno's going to come out for that ball. Come on, lads. Everyone grab a man. Everyone grab a man. Play that ball out. Nicely done. Here's Ismaili Sarr, who's going to move out now. Let's play it out to Nico Williams, who's going to look at pushing on. Here goes Nico. Go on, Daka. I've got you there, son. I've got you. And that's a great ball through to Patson Daka, who's through a goal. 1-on-1 with a keeper. Patson Daka! 2-1! And that is why you bring Patson Daka on for Taki Minamino. Minamino had a great game, but he ain't no Patson Daka. As Patson Daka does give us the lead in the early 80th minute. We've slotted down to make it 2-1, and hopefully in the 85th minute it was to Nico Williams. Nico Williams on the inside to Fabinho. Let's go out wide now to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's now going to run there of Ismaili Sarr, who is going to get in behind and try and get past Tierney. He's going to fight for this ball with Tierney. Unfortunately, Tierney is going to come out on top. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to win that ball. We look to put the ball in, and the referee is going to blow his full-time whistle. Okay, there was only 3 minutes added on. We got to 4 minutes added on. But I honestly thought there, what is going on here? Who is that manager? That's not us, is it? Surely.
I think it's accurate to say, Lee, that this man was the light bringer for his
that was really strange. A player went over, shook the hand of... I'm hoping it's not us, because that looked nothing like us, but A 2-1 victory against Arsenal. Well, can I confirm that the game seems to be back to its usual self? Yes, I can. We defended well. The passing was a lot better. Yeah, a few dodgy passes from Milner. A couple of other players, dodgy passes. I'm putting that down just due to sharpness. Got the hiccups there now. But a great game. We dig deep. We managed to come away with a win. Okay, Naby Keita gets man of the match and he's still got that generic grey face. I don't know why, but he has. But he gets a 9.1 on man of the match. We have 8 shots, 7 on target. Arsenal only having 3 shots, 2 on target. It's weird the player ratings, the official face isn't there, but performance, it is. It's very strange, but the game and how it plays and the actual gameplay itself is back to normal. So EA, just fix the player faces, the game faces. Don't screw up the rest of the game. That's not that difficult. Put a player face on player ratings. Don't touch anything else in the game. Don't touch it! Just leave it! And for the final game in today's episode, we potentially get to seek a little bit of revenge here. In the last episode, we lost 2-1 to Manchester United, and Liverpool losing to Manchester United is a no-go. So for the fans, for you guys at home, we have to bounce back and we have to get this win over Manchester United. What I didn't realise is we play Manchester United today in the Cup. 2 days later, which is going to be in the next episode now, we play Manchester United in the league again. So it'd be nice to bounce back and get the win over them twice. This game and then the one in the league. And then 3 weeks later from today, we play them again for the second leg. So I'm hoping we can dominate them in all 3 games, batter them, and really put our name back at the top, because losing to Manchester United damaged us a little bit. It's our time to bounce back and shine. You can now see the lineup. We've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Thiago in the central midfield roles. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Manchester United. Rashford, Williams, Immobile, Wan-Bissaka, not 100% fit. Hopefully we can deal with them defensively this time, and hopefully we can put a fair few goals past David De Gea. One Reds, we're taking on the Red Devils. We're about to take their pitchforks away and their devil ears and light them up with our halos. That is what we're doing here. Pogba is about to get bossed in the midfield by Gini and Thiago. I am excited for this game. We're at home fans behind us, ready to bounce back. The man, Gini Wijnaldum, leading the team out with the captain's armband, who has been a great leader since, unfortunately, Jordan Henderson picked up an injury. It is going to be Bobby Firmino to get us kicked off in his first half period. Let's get it on the way. And Ollie, the wheels are about to come off. Let's go Van Dijk. He's jumped in there. Unfortunately, Fred's going to have to back off here now. Let's go Fab. Let's take it this time. Good lad. And let's move here now. And this is going to be a problem for Manchester United for sure. It's Thiago who's getting caught. So he swings it out wide now to Mo Salah. Mo Salah on the inside to Bobby Firmino, who can't slot home. In behind now for Bruno Fernandes. Well done, Gomez. Let's play it out now. And let's move. Let's go straight through to Mo Salah. And Mo, you've got to be gone here. And I am going to have. And I can see him. It's Sadio Mane towards the back post. Sadio Mane is going to get there. Mane's there. Yes! Better Liverpool! Better! Yes, from Sadio Mane. And a great ball from Mo Salah. Beautiful counter-attack there. I watched Mane making that run. I thought, I'm not going to be able to slide this ball into the back post. I'm going to have to put it in up high and hope that he can jump above Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He climbs above him. Heads down low, out of the reach of David De Gea, and it is Sadio Mane to give us the lead against Manchester United. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Go up the line. Oh, Trent can't give it away there. Fred lays into the now for Bruno Fernandes. Got to be careful now. He's coming forward. It's 1-1. I thought we were back. No, we are back. It feels a lot different. It's a great run there from Bruno Fernandes. I moved Gomez. I let Gomez go with the run, and I should have kept him on Bruno Fernandes. But regardless of it being 1-1, the game is certainly back to normal. It is Thiago still coming. Going to play it in now to Bobby Firmino. Fabinho. Find me options here. Thiago. Lays one up. Thiago plays it through to Bobby Firmino to slot home. It's 2-1. And within 3 minutes of us conceding, Bobby Firmino makes it 2-1. Well done, Bobby Firmino. Flexing on Manchester United at home, in front of the home fans. It's a beautiful bit of football. We go back to level terms 1-1. The lad's head doesn't drop at all. We knuckle down, we go again, and within 3 minutes, we go and get back in the lead. Bobby sees a little run there now of Mo Salah out wide, and that is a beautiful ball to get Mo Salah in behind. I've got Genie in the middle. We're going to swing one in. Looking for Genie, who's going to get there, and unfortunately, going to drill it into the ground. He needed it to be in the ground a bit closer to David De Gea. Unfortunately, he misscuffs the ball, and it does go out of play. As David De Gea kicks this ball out, I'm sure if we win this header, which unfortunately we haven't, I'm sure the referee is going to blow his whistle any second now. Let's just make sure we take the ball off them, and as it comes through to Immobile, the referee is going to blow the half-time whistle at Anfield. Everyone's going to go and get their drinks and their hot, overpriced pies to bring back, but Liverpool are 2-1 in the lead against Manchester United, and it is going to be Immobile to get us kicked off in this second half period. And I'm expecting big things in this second half, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Big things. We're going with the long higher ball now here, lads. Here's Immobile. Nicely done. Genie plays it straight through there now to Bobby, who's going to drop the shoulder here and get round Gerard Piqué. Here is Bobby Firmino. Drops it onto his left foot. Looks to Ben. What a Bobby Firmino! With a beautiful goal. He's going to slide home for 3-1. He just broke the legs of Gerard Piqué. Absolutely broke them as he whispers, Shakira, Shakira! Breaks them. Skill. Deads the ball. Drops it back onto his slightly weaker left foot and bends it into that top left corner. It's 3-1. Watch the magic come together now, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this magic. To Bobby. Bobby now got the run there of Trent, who is going to push forward. Oh, right back is going for this. Here comes Trent Alexander-Arnold, who strikes it at the keeper. Mo Salah going to get there to look to whip to put this ball in. Maguire's there. He's going to keep it in as well to keep him out. Let's go. Let's take the ball off him. Beautiful. Lay it straight off. It's beautiful. Thiago looks to bend one. Oh, it's just wide a goal. And rattles the back post that holds the net up. Rattles it. Look at the shake on this. He's got incredible whip on it. It's probably a little bit too high, but it rattles that back post there. Trent, play it through there now to Bobby. It's beautiful. Bobby Firmino going to get away from his man. Bobby Firmino got to dance him. Bobby Firmino on that left foot once again. Come on, Bobby. Bobby Firmino gets his hat-trick in style against Manchester United. Si, senor. Give the ball to Bobby and he'll score. Hat-trick hero. And certainly man of the match. Look at the whip on that. Look at the whip. Genie just backs up and lets that ball bend into that far net. Unfortunately, Bobby is certainly an incredible player in this career mode. Not so much in real life at the moment. And we're going to win that ball, and we are going to look at moving now. Is Thiago. Slide it through now to Mo Salah. Mo Salah got Bobby in the middle. For his fourth, Bobby Firmino takes it around the keeper. It's a great save this time from David De Gea. Ball through now to Immobile. Nicely done. Let's move here, lads. Let's move. And go straight through now to Thiago. Thiago starts moving forwards now. Let's go into Bobby. Bobby going to go here to Genie, and then we're going to ping that out wide now for Sadio Mane, who is going to get in behind. And I'm Wan-Bissaka far too tired now. Here comes Mane, plays it back to Bobby, to Mo Salah to Salah, and Mo Salah is going to bet here for 5-1. I mean, Mo Salah just walked through that net to pick the ball up and back through the net. The ghost of Mo Salah. And Bobby, very unselfish here, as he passes the ball to Mo Salah, who puts it straight at David De Gea, to be honest. David De Gea should probably do a lot better from there. He gets his thigh to it, but only to push it into the side then. Had he kept that out, it still would have been 4-1, but unfortunately for Manchester United and Ollie, the wheels are off and it's 5-1. Keep it in. Nicely done. And it's into Mo, who's going to go now to Patson Daka, who's going to try and turn and look for Genie, but the referee, thankfully for Ollie and the Manchester United travelling fans, the referee's blown his full-time whistle, because if he hadn't, we could have been 6-7-1 there. We absolutely dominated. I told you guys that was going to be a magical game. I told you I felt like we were going to bounce back. It feels like things are back to normal, other than the manager when we bought Dennis Zakaria, and of course Bobby Firmino not having a game face. But 10 shots, 8 on target for us. We only had 34% of the ball. It certainly didn't feel like that, but maybe we just backed Manchester United into a corner, and to be honest, they did play a lot around with the ball at the back, so maybe that's why they had more possession. They only had 2 shots, 1 on target. It did, of course, end up in the back of the net. It was a great run from Bruno Fernandes. Can't take anything away from him. But we managed to go and put 5 this time past David De Gea. Last time they managed to beat us 2-1. This time we beat them 5-1. Bobby Firmino with 3 goals, a hat-trick, definitely deserves to pick up man of the match with a 10.0. And we march on to the Central to end today's incredible and much better this time round episode 12 of the Liverpool career mode. Right guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode, and what an episode this has been. Obviously episode 11 wasn't so great. Episode 12 we bounced back and we seem to be back to our usual winning ways. The best thing as well to come out of this episode is Manchester United drew their last game in the Premier League, meaning they are now only on 46 points. We are on 45. Surprise, surprise, the first game in the next episode is against Manchester United at home in the Premier League. We've just come off the back end of battering them 5-1. If we do the same again, we're going to go above them. We're going to go 2 points above them. They'll be on 46 and third, and we'll be on 48. We just need Manchester City to now slow down, or we need to play them very soon so we can try and bounce back and start closing that gap. But as we come to the end of today's episode, we'll head over to the calendar to see what games lie ahead in the next. And would you look at that? As if God himself has heard me speak. We take on Manchester United at home for the first game in the next episode, which of course we're going to play. A week later, we then play the newly promoted Leeds away from home, which of course we're going to simulate. Leaving us then 4 days later to take on Pep Guardiola's team back at Anfield, the team we just said we need to play soon. We take on Manchester City in the Premier League. Meaning, in episode 13, we can take the crown back and move back to the top of the Premier League. Very, very excited now for the next episode. In fact, that excited, I may record it straight after this episode, because we've got United, Leeds and City. 2 teams that are currently above us by 1 point and by 3 points, and we play both of them in the next episode. That is my kind of episode, because to finish that episode and be back potentially on top of the Premier League is exactly where we need to be. And bear in mind, when we play United and Leeds, City could drop points in either of those 2 games when they play their opponents. So we never know how this will be, but the fact that we get to play United and City both in the same episode, very, very happy. And the good thing is, because we battered United 5-1 in the first leg, we can look to simulate the second leg. We can play the game against Wolves, and the other game would be against Chelsea, which is great for us. Great news for us, because we don't have to focus too much on that game. We can put the kids out, and we shouldn't really lose after we're coming off the back end of a 5-1 in the first leg. So excited to see the next couple of episodes as they come up, and it won't be long before we end season 1 at Liverpool. Next gen consoles then drop. I'm going to have to simulate the whole of season 1 by all the same players that we bought at Liverpool in season 1. And then I'll kick season 2 off on next gen consoles, and you guys won't know any difference. It'll just be like a continuation. Do season 1 on Xbox One, and then season 2 on Xbox Series X. You guys won't even see the difference, other than probably a few players from other teams may have gone to different teams or not been sold and stuff like that. But all the players that we've sold or moved on and whatnot, I will continue to do through season 1, just like we have in season 1. I'll just simulate the whole season. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to ding dong that bell. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.